Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Back on the Road. We are up here in Woodstock, New York, and we are going to talk about a little experience that we've had at the arena. We've gotten to see Tommy Dreamer a whole bunch working down there. I'm here with Alan Fenstermaker. Alan, say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So when we go down to the arena and we do a little bit of work down there, we're doing a lot of archiving and watching a lot of shows and interacting with the workers by doing shoot interviews. So we see Tommy Dreamer all the time down there. Alan, we were just talking about this, man. Like, it's almost like he's like
he's like a co-worker of ours half the time, because I know, like, I remember I grew up watching him on TV and everything when in WWE and ECW, and then like since I met him, like working at the Bruiser Brody Cup down in Philly, as well as the House of Hardcore and MLW shows at the arena. From doing that and everything, like it seems like he seems more like a coworker of ours.
Yeah, man, and so this is what I gathered after meeting him a couple times. Because I was at a lot of those arena shows back in the day, and Tommy always had a lot of heart and was always for the people. It's interesting meeting him in real life because you can tell he's been to the top of the mountain, and he's been, in a lot of different places in the business. You can tell that he's really utilizing all the stuff he's learned today for his House of Hardcore Wrestling League.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like he's very laid back and humble. Like, I still remember at the one show down in Philly that we were at House of Hardcore. Like, he was standing by the door, like shaking everybody's hand as they were leaving. Right.
Every single person that came in that place was able to shake his hand. I just thought that was real special.
And very humble of him too. Like, not many promoters do that. Like, I know, like, there's some indie promoters that do that, but Tommy Dreamer has been to the top, and then he's back down where he started at. Which one thing, like, don't forget where he came from.
Yeah, man. It's I heard the story about him, with his last run in WWE, and getting out of there, and actually he brought tears to Vince McMahon's eyes in the back. I heard that when he was leaving, because everybody knows Tommy's the real deal, man, and he's another one of those guys, man. He's the definition of a wrestler that has made it out of Philadelphia. He's one of those guys, man, and I think that Tommy, it was interesting meeting him, man, because I thought his on-air role was going to be exactly how he was when I met him, and it was different. It wasn't a bad thing, but it was like, you could tell Tommy's one of those guys that can also play the game just as well as anybody else, you know what I mean, as far as the politics go and all that. It's just interesting, man. You see these people on air, and they're believable enough to really make you think this is how they really are, and then they end up being different. It's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's just one of those things, It's interesting to see how these guys know how to turn it up.
Yeah, like they're people like us in everyday life. They living their lives, and then what a lot of these guys are is like their gimmick. The way they know they're doing their gimmick right is when their gimmick is closely tied in to their real life role, is who they are in real life, but turned all the way up. Like, I know The Rock said that too. Like, what Dwayne Johnson is The Rock is Dwayne Johnson turned all the way up.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that was interesting the other day, man. I have to say this again. I probably said it on the last podcast, but after AEW went off the air the other night, there was a movie with The Rock in it. It was so fascinating to see AEW go right into a movie with The Rock. It was cool, man. That was a Turner Broadcasting thing.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, I know, like, even though The Rock was WWE and AEW is different, but yeah, it's still pretty cool.
No, exactly. It's just, what if The Rock ended up in AEW? Dwayne Johnson. That would be interesting. You know what I mean? They've already had Bret Hart, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Jake Roberts, Taz.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, bring The Rock on down, man. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Cool. All right. So you want to close this off?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting back into town, and I think we said what we wanted to say. We wanted to make this about Tommy Dreamer, man. We love Tommy Dreamer here. We're from Philly, but we're in Woodstock right now. But so we love Tommy Dreamer in Philly and New York, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been another Back on the Road. Good night.